town. Today is the first Sunday in December, which means only one thing. At 1:30, the annual holiday parade kicks off from Woodbridge High School and travels all the way down Main Street to Town Hall. I'm joined by Brian Molnar, our Deputy Recreation Director. My name, of course, is John McCormick. I'm your mayor, and we're here today to announce the parade to you and just have an overall great time this holiday season. Brian?
Thank you. It is the kickoff of the holidays here in Woodbridge. We had our tree lighting on Friday night. Now it's our traditional first Sunday in December parade, and got to thank you for your connections for getting the big guy.
Yeah, you know, it's not easy getting Santa Claus. He's, as you can imagine, he's got requests from not all over Woodbridge, all over the county, the state, the country, even the world. A lot of requests come into North Pole, a lot of letters, but when he sees the Township of Woodbridge letterhead on that envelope, he knows it's the best town around. He knows where he has a good time. He knows where Mrs. Claus loves to go, and that's why they come here so often.
And I tell everybody, Mayor McCormick is first name basis with governors, legislators, but the one thing he does is he gets Santa.
That's my favorite guy to know personally, because ever since I was a kid, I didn't know him when I was a kid. You know, I was afraid of Santa Claus when I was a kid, you know, being naughty and nice and all that kind of stuff. But once I became the mayor, it became important for the mayor to know. You say relationships with people are good, but the most important relationship I have is with Santa Claus.
But we should have a good day today. We have around 75 marching units, so it should be a good parade. We have our 3 high school marching bands. We have horses once again. I'd say seem to be a crowd favorite, the show horses. Got a lot of floats this year. We have our recreation float kicking off our 350th anniversary coming up.
That's right. We got June 1st of 2019 is our 350th anniversary. We'll have some events that year, but on June 1st, 2018, we have the big gala celebration of it 1 year in advance.
So that's why when you see the Woodbridge Recreation float go by, you'll see countdown to 350 starts June 1st, 2018.
And the weather is a little bit on the cold side. It was warmer this morning, it seemed, and maybe a little kind of tiny little drizzle, but who knows? Maybe it'll all break away by 1:30 and we'll be ready to go.
It is December, but you know what? It's a holiday parade. The street will be packed, so enjoy, everybody.
And a great job by the Recreation Department as usual. The tree lighting was great. The holiday stroll was great. You know, somebody says to me, well, so-and-so towns have such bigger events. But the answer is simple. We have multiple events. We have the parade separate from the stroll, separate from the tree lighting, separate from the pictures with Santa, separate from a whole bunch of stuff. So when one town does everything on a day for 4 hours, it looks like a lot. But you look at what we do on so many different days and nights that it adds up to more than anybody.
Yeah, we like to do it all just a little bit at a time. We think it adds more because if you do a big event and you have the horses and Santa and you have gingerbread cookie decorating like we do, it kind of gets lost in the one-day approach. That's why we try to give everybody, leading up to the holidays, there's something to do every weekend leading up to Christmas.
Well, let's hope for a great parade today. Thanks for watching, everybody. John McCormick and Brian Molnar from Main Street, Woodbridge, the best town around.
Enjoy. And welcome, everybody, to TV 35's coverage of the 57th Annual Holiday Parade here in Woodbridge. Looking down Main Street, a lot of people here today to watch it. Weather's on the cloudy side. We had a little rain, but it is December. It's seasonably cold. It's upper 40s as we see our Woodbridge police vehicles, our escorts, lead the way for us. And looking at our first marching contingent right now is the Woodbridge High School JROTC. Colonel Thomas Parker is the Senior Army Office Instructor Teacher. Sergeant First Class Janet Gibbs is the Army Instructor. The JROTC program serves as a character and leadership development program for our nation's high school students. Woodbridge High School JROTC was established in 2014. Great addition to Woodbridge High School. And the one thing about it was it only took them 3 years to get fully funded by the Army, the U.S. Army. Very proud of them. Our honorary color guard. Big group. See them in their striking uniforms. As they cross the big red marquee in the street here in Woodbridge, something we added to this parade 2 years ago. Here they are, Woodbridge High School JROTC. Numbers have grown every year. And that brings us upon our first musical group of the day, the Legionnaires Marching Band. The bandmaster is Danny Trumabend. The color guard captain is Matt Harrell. The administrative assistant is Cindy King. And the treasurer is Harry Axton. The Legionnaires Marching Band is sponsored by the Carteret American Legion Post 263. The band has been in existence since 1961 and have been the American Legion of New Jersey state champions for over 20 years. So take a listen. As we see our dignitaries now start to make their way. Look at some of the crowd here, and it looks like our dignitaries are led off by our Grand Marshal today, Assemblyman Craig Coughlin. Born and raised in South Amboy, Assemblyman Coughlin began his career in public service on the South Amboy Board of Education. Soon thereafter, he was elected to the South Amboy City Council and served there until 1993 when he moved to Ford's. Assemblyman Coughlin has worked as private practice attorney, municipal court judge, and public defender and prosecutor. Craig is married to his wife Tish. You know, Craig, he'll be announcing the rest of the parade here for TV 35. See some more of our elected officials. We see Councilman at Large Brian Small, 4th Ward Councilman Viru Patel, Dan Harris, and Jonathan Treepweiser from our Board of Education. See Mayor McCormick. And one thing about Assemblyman Coughlin, locally he is actively engaged with the district, participating in various programs such as Bowling for Hunger, which has raised more than $185,000 for the food pantries in the 19th district. There's Mayor McCormick and 1st Ward Councilwoman Nancy Drum, Freeholder Charles Tamaro. Corner of the screen we see Councilwoman Debbie Meehan from the 5th Ward handing out some candy. There's Councilman at Large Kyle Anderson. There we see Councilman at Large Greg Ficara, Councilwoman at Large Lizbeth DeJesus, and Freeholder Charlie Kenny. Bringing up the back. Just one thing, in 1993, like I said, Assemblyman Coughlin moved to Woodbridge with his wife Tish, and they have 3 sons, Craig, Vincent, and Nicholas. And one thing about Assemblyman Coughlin, which was a big honor, it's been really a whirlwind month for him. He was just elected to be the Speaker of the Assembly, which is a big honor, and we're so proud of him here in Woodbridge. We thank all our dignitaries for taking the time to celebrate the holidays with us. And now we have coming into view our past Grand Marshal, Stu Brandow. Coming in the Volkswagen into view. Want to thank Joe Janis of Woodbridge. Also looks like Yep, we have Stu Brandow coming into view, and it looks like we had freeholder Shantae Nara. Actually just walked by our camera before. Want to give her a shout out. There's Stu Brandow, one of our past Grand Marshals. Very active in the community. And here we have the Corporal Kevin J. Reinhardt Marine Corps Detachment. Named after Corporal Kevin J. Reinhardt. We had, you know, we all remember back to that day in January when we got the horrible news that he was killed in action in Afghanistan. And here we have a big marching group. We have our Girl Scouts, and we have a lot of troops here today. We have Girl Scout troops 83501, 80228, 83544, 83348, 80062, 80060, 83610, and 83612. And they are all part of the Girl Scouts of Woodbridge and Carteret. Girl Scouts build girls of courage, confidence, and character who make the world a better place.
Hello, Brian.
How are you, sir?
I am fine, thank you. Hello, everybody. Craig Coughlin, happy to be with you.
So Craig did some double duty. Our Grand Marshal, you ditched the sash, and now you're the TV35 voice of the parade.
Back where I belong, I hope. Yeah, at least I think I belong here. I don't know what everybody else says. You guys get the vote on it.
Nah, we love having you here. This is your spot.
I've done it for a long time now.
Oh, yeah.
The first time it was. But anyway, it's another fine parade, and thank you for the great honor of letting me be the Grand Marshal of today's parade, Brian. Thank you. And Recreation Department, everybody who picked me. It's quite an honor. This is a special year for me as we see some of the Girl Scout and Brownie troops. That was the St. Patrick's Day parade Grand Marshal, and now the holiday parade Grand Marshal. So 2017 is a big year for Craig Coughlin. Lucky guy.
Yeah, you know, I was just saying it too. I'm going to go actually back tomorrow to see if we do have a two-time holder of
the same
Grand Marshal sash in the same calendar year.
I'm not sure there are people who have done both. I'm not sure about the same calendar year. I'll leave that to your
But also
hands.
Congratulations on the big honor of being elected the Assembly Speaker.
Well, thank you very much. It is a remarkable honor, and I'm incredibly humbled by the support of my colleagues. You know, it's going to be an opportunity to do something that most people don't get a chance to do, Brian. I really have a chance to lead an extremely talented delegation and caucus throughout some times that we face some real challenges here in New Jersey. So I'm very lucky and fortunate, and it has been a great honor. And thank you for that.
But also to do it in the time frame that you did it in what was it, 8 short years?
Well, I've been in the Assembly, just finishing my 8th year, and so, yeah. I mean, it's there are all kinds of speakers. Some people have done it in less time. So, but I'm pretty satisfied that with having done it in 8 years, it's pretty good. Pretty good for me.
All right, I'm going to go out now. I'm going to get some interviews out on the street, and you guys could take it away, and I'll join you in a little bit. Thanks,
Brian. Thank you. Great job. There we saw the Colonia Volunteer Fire Department Chief Mike Mackey, serving and protecting the citizens of Colonia since 1943, and I'm joined now by Greg Ficarra. Greg, welcome. Nice to see you.
Mr. Future Speaker, how are you? Good to see you.
It's fine. Craig is fine. Thank you for the courtesy.
And it looks like we have the Colonia First Aid Squad coming up next on us. Good to see those guys. Founded in 1951, squad provides 24-hour emergency coverage to citizens of Colonia and surrounding towns. That's my hometown, Craig. That's where where I grew up in Colonia. Yep.
Now you went to JFK though, right?
Yes. There was a group of us 12 of us at that time that went to Kennedy. That was a tough one to explain, but it all worked out well.
So give me your impression of the parade. A little, a little overcast, and I think that may have had a little bit of effect on the people, but they're still pretty well attended, very well attended, actually.
Yeah, the one thing that's...
There we see freeholder Charlie Kenny.
Yep, Charlie was right with me, man. He was handing out the candy. That's why he took so long. What I was saying, what struck me today is earlier I went into Dunkin' Donuts right up the street on Route 35.
Okay.
And the place was packed with the bagpipe crew from Trenton.
Oh, okay.
And you can just feel the atmosphere, the holiday atmosphere. Everybody was very cheerful and pleasant, and some of the side effects of a parade like this is how it affects the local economy. Besides the good cheer that it does, and it's just really a pleasure to kind of see it unfold. And like you said, the weather is not the best of weather, but it's approaching winter, and this is what we expect. And you want to feel a little chill in the air.
It's not all that cold though. It's just it's overcast, a little rain, I guess, this morning, and so that. But the spirit isn't any damp. And you can see as we look up, this is always the majestic shot up Main Street here. You see all the people there along the side, the street vendors, and coming into view is the float from our friends at Columbia Bank, celebrating their 90th anniversary, or 90th birthday, as they call it. Columbia Bank, they've been providing financial solutions and residents and people and businesses in New Jersey for 90 years. They started in 1927, and they've been a leader in New Jersey banking community since. And they are good corporate partners to the Township of Woodbridge. Right?
Absolutely, and they just remodeled the bank. It looks beautiful.
Yeah, it does,
And this float is absolutely amazing. I was looking at it during the warm-up. Holy mackerel, very elaborate, a lot of construction. Really just very, very cool. And as you said, they're great corporate folks here in town. They're always involved. I know Donna's very active on the Chamber of Commerce, and there we got some of the
folks along the street.
Yeah, the necklace. Oh, that's Glenn is the principal.
Glenn, that's right.
Yeah.
See this, I'm pointing at the screen as if the folks at home could see me.
Yeah.
Fellow standing there with the red sleeves.
He's right across
Glenn
the
Lotman.
street. Yeah, Lotman is the principal at. He's just
there
a great.
He is, right there, Woodbridge High.
Yep, great guy. I just saw him last night at the holiday stroll on Ford's. As Mayor McCormick always says, if there's a Woodbridge High School student involved in something, one student, Glenn, will be there. He is just an outstanding leader of that school, as are all of our administrators and teachers. We're very, very proud of our school system here in Woodbridge.
We see some of the crowd. You can see it's not real. Everybody's not all bundled up. Got his Giants sweater on. I know he probably doesn't know, like me, whether I want them to win or lose. We want them to get a higher draft pick if they lose.
Speaking of that, let me check the Jets score real quick.
There we see some of the kids with their hats on and that.
What do we got coming up? Oh, we still got Columbia coming upon us.
And we like to thank our friends here at El Ranchito who let us use their front window. It gives us a great view right on the corner of Main Street. They're a terrific place. I invite and encourage everybody to come on down. Okay. And there we are. 51B. Open now. And there we are. Hey, there we are. Wave, Greg. There we are. Oh, now you're going to focus in. There we go.
This is a very, very...
Hi, everybody. Happy holidays.
Popular. Oh, look, there goes Councilman.
It's photobombed by Councilman Anderson showing off his guns.
Yeah, he's looking pretty sporty in his outfit today. He looks very festive. Very, very festive. Got a little gap in the action here, huh? Somebody's handing out too much candy.
Man, there we see our folks at Columbia. They're all in theme. They all have those mustachios. I guess those come back from the... when they were founded.
So now we got Columbia Bank coming up.
Right.
Where we're kind of retreating a little bit. They're sporting their mustaches. Mustaches must go back to their days of when the bank first started.
There we see Donna, who's the branch manager on the left.
Yep.
They had a video crew with them and everything, and here we go.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at this.
The good old days. Yeah, look at that.
They really worked it out.
The teller. They really went all in.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask Donna where her mustache is.
Trying to get them to see if they see us in the window here. Nobody thinks to look in the window.
No.
Boy, I'll tell you one thing. It smells awful good in here.
It does. El Ranchero.
That's a long float as you see it passing our screen now and going over the holiday sign that we have on the street, which is really cool.
Yeah, we do. That's really, good that you pointed that out. It's really beautiful.
Here's a 1969 Dodge Charger, Rich Casaligi. Got the 01 on there, looking real good. That's a real vintage car. You can kind of hear it as it goes by, that motor.
There's a beautiful happy holidays from the Woodbridge Township banner. Not a banner, I guess, whatever, I don't know what you call it. And there we see the American Irish Association coming into view.
Yeah, it must be up the street because it's not in front of us.
Yep,
oh, okay, here they are. There's the banner. Okay.
Barbara Lasik is the president. Barbara Thompson, the vice president. Cindy Jakovich, the treasurer. Doris McElvery, the financial secretary. Deborah Hutchinson, the recording secretary. Dolores Boyd, the corresponding secretary. And Ed McSherry, the sergeant at arms.
Directors Sean Cavini, John Reitman, Ken Gardner, Joanne Diaz, Joan Ward, and Kenny Egan are the directors, and we thank them all for being there. The Woodbridge Township American Irish Association is a community organization for over 50 years. They have their big parade coming up. They're responsible for that parade, which will be held on Sunday, March 11th of this year, next year, 2018.
Mark your calendar.
Yep. And the Woodbridge Township American Irish Association recently received the Frank G. Pelsman Community Service Award from the Woodbridge Metro Chamber of Commerce and our good friends at the Woodbridge Township American Irish. And now coming into view is the dance house.
Joy Cutrone, the owner, director, and teacher. She was also, if I'm not mistaken, Miss New Jersey or Mrs. New Jersey a few years ago. I remember being in some parades with her, and look at how pretty those outfits are.
Yeah, that's a beautiful float.
Certainly look festive and holiday-ish.
And there's the dancers right there. Dance house.
Go ahead. You go.
No, the dance house believes in abilities, not disabilities. The dance house offers tap, hip-hop, ballet, point, jazz, contemporary, lyrical, gymnastics, and cheer. The dance house performs at many events, POCA Autism Walk, fashion shows, foster care dinner, and the breast cancer walk. And they've received a number of awards: Starbound Nationals, first place overall; Throw Dance Nationals, many first place finishes; Dance Moms competition, first and second place; and Backstage.
Wow.
Yeah.
And here we see the Our Lady of Peace Cub Scout pack number 53. George Gundry is the Cub Master. Robin Hill is the committee chair. Then leaders include Weeblo leader Jennifer Hinkle and Jim Lenardo, Bear leaders Michael Kirstig and Joe Luchas, Wolf leader George and Bob Urso, and the Lion leaders Jessica Wilkie and Keith Hinkle, Ken Forenza, and Rob Soames. And we see a number of them. They're chartered back in 1952 to Our Lady of Peace in Fords, and they have almost 70 scouts. They go camping, they go hiking, they do all kinds of things. And my sons were all Cub Scouts at Pack 53.
I was just going to say, that's your neck of the woods.
It is indeed. And I got to tell you, I just love that floor, road covering, whatever it is, that red thing and the thing. Macy's would be jealous.
Yeah, it is. It's very nice. Would be nice. You know where we talked about views up Main Street? I think the view from the top of J.J. Biddings there on the deck is probably...
That is terrific, yeah. I hadn't thought about that.
Avenel Fire Company number 1, Chief Frank D. Boyle, President Frank Strang. Avenel Fire Company number 1 was founded in 1913. The volunteers of Avenel Company number 1 provide fire and rescue service to residents of Avenel and parts of Colonia, Island, and Woodbridge. Great group, and they had a big celebration recently.
Yeah, they did. They did. You know, we see some of their equipment. You know, we are so very fortunate here in Woodbridge to have so many volunteers, so many people who are so dedicated to serving others. You know, I'm not kidding. I mean, it's a time of the season, time of the year when you can take a second and think about that and say thank you and appreciate that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And then, it's amazing, Craig, there's no egos out there. They all work together very well, and there's just a coordinated effort. And I know we had, an issue just the other day. There was a trench collapse or something. And
I saw that.
And all our,
saw it in the paper, yeah.
Our folks coordinated the efforts with outside. I saw Perth Amboy was in. It just that whole emergency service team. We are truly blessed in Woodbridge and throughout our state with wonderful people.
Yep. You know, it's easy. You know, it's nice to ride down the street in a parade, but at 3 o'clock in the morning when the alarm goes off and it's 32 1/4 degrees and it's sleeting and icing and you got to, you know, leave your nice warm house to go out and help somebody else.
Yeah, Avenel Colonia First Aid Squad there.
A level of dedication. So
no question about it.
To the men and women of the Avenel, Colonia, and certainly all of the first responder services here in the township.
Absolutely.
So, Greg, what's your holiday tradition?
Oh gosh, you know, it's changing now because I have 2 grandchildren, so it's kind of based around them. We haven't really settled in yet. We're changing, but you know, like everybody else, family and friends, and you know, we're always excited. And how about you?
Well, let me talk about this because this doesn't change. Fred Lahate and the Ragtimers group originated in 1968, and they've been entertaining people since then. This is the 26th year they performed here in the Woodbridge Holiday Parade. They're known for keeping alive great music from the Roaring 20s. The band members include Bob Estler on guitar, Gary Noakes, I guess, on the banjo, Tom Rittenhouse on the keyboard, and Fred Lahate in the alto sax.
Awesome.
Let's take a listen.
I feel like we're in a real studio here.
Yeah,
at the restaurant. This is pretty cool.
Here we go, Fred Lahate and the Ragtimers. Like you, my holiday tradition is changing, right? As my children get older, my oldest son is now engaged, and sadly we lost Tish's mom this year. We always went to her house on Christmas Eve, and so this year we'll be at our home, and then my family comes on Christmas Day. So you know, things are changing, and that's, you know, in some respects sad, and in some respects, you know, extremely exciting that my son is engaged, and going to get married, and things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, well, you know, it's the cycle of life, as they say, right?
Getting our picture taken, that's why we stopped talking.
Councilwoman Meehan taking a picture of us. We are kind of in the window here. I feel like this is the Macy's Day Parade. We have Provident Bank float coming up. Jason Conway is the vice president. Jason's a real good guy. Provident Bank is New Jersey's oldest bank at 178 years and counting. They have 2 offices in Woodbridge, located on 325 Amboy Avenue, which is my bank, and 1000 Woodbridge Center Drive across from the mall. Provident Bank stands by commitment to our customers. Provident Bank is a proud member of the Woodbridge Chamber of Commerce and recognized as the Chairman's Awards Gala with the Business Education Partnership Award for their work with RISE program and affiliation with the Board of Education. And coming into play now is our very own Woodbridge Recreation Department float. It is approaching us. We can't quite see it in person yet, but we do see it on the monitor.
Who is that on the? It's featuring Johnny Apollo.
Yeah.
And we see Johnny.
Johnny just performed at the Holiday Stroll here on Main Street last weekend. Johnny was out there with Chris Jago, and they're always a fun group. That was a tremendous day, that stroll, because the weather was beautiful.
Yesterday?
The street was packed. No, the one yesterday in Forge was great. Yeah, that was great. But I was referring, Johnny was at the one on Main Street last Saturday.
Oh, okay.
And, you know, you talk about traditions and things. I had my grandkids with me, and
nice.
It was so exciting. Our Director of Recreation, Mr. Vito Semaluka, and Deputy Director Brian Molnar, and there's Johnny Apollo, providing fun activities for residents of Woodbridge since 1669.
And you can see on the side there, it says countdown to June 1st, 2018, when Woodbridge will celebrate its 350th anniversary.
Yeah, what an exciting time that's going to be. I know there's a big committee and all kinds of events going on. Sure, our Deputy Director of Recreation, Brian Molnar, out in the streets. Take it away, Brian.
All right, we are now joined by Councilman-at-Large Kyle Anderson, Councilman-at-Large Brian Small. Welcome, gentlemen.
Welcome. Thanks for having us. This is a great day for a parade. We want to wish all the residents of Woodbridge a very happy holiday season, very safe season, and a joyous season.
Thank you. Brian?
Thank you, Mr. Molnar. As Councilman Anderson said, all the residents, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. To our first responders and our military, stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you. Now back to Craig and Greg.
And welcome back, everybody. Greg Ficarra, Craig Coughlin, happy to be with you as we enjoy the 57th annual Woodbridge Holiday Parade. And there you see the Woodbridge School of Dance under the direction of Jackie O'Shaughnessy and Barbara Vary. Dance school was established back in 1977, located on St. George's Avenue, right above Rising Up Nursery, there on the corner of Avenel Street and St. George. Recreation classes, they have recreation classes and competition teams, and they certainly love enjoy performing in community activities. Like the St. James Street Fair, Making Strides Against Breast Cancer Walk, the Cystic Fibrosis Benefit, and visiting local nursing homes as well, so good for them.
Wow, is this the 69 Woodbridge Corvette Club? All right. Wow, we have a big float here.
And we don't know who that is.
Yeah.
All right.
Gosh, we'll have to look for a sign here. We don't see that one, but it sure is a big float. It's beautiful.
Beautiful float. Got some costume characters on there, some inflatables.
Goodness gracious. We have a little chart here of all the people coming, but that one didn't quite make it.
They must be a renegade float that just went into the picture.
There's some Irish people laughing at us. There they go again. Wow, that's a really pretty one. Okay, here comes another one that we don't have on our list. All right.
All right. Let's see here.
Let's just make sure we didn't skip one. Yeah. I think it is.
Yeah,
I think that's still,
yep.
I think that's the Pure Energy competition team doing an outstanding job, and you can see why they say Pure Energy. They're just running around over there, and I think the parents from that group are following up here towards the end, coming into our screen. But you can see the girls dancing right on our holiday mat there, right on Main Street, which is pretty exciting.
That's the word I was thinking of. Mat. Thank you, Craig.
Be it.
Let's see what it says on the backs there. It must say long hair.
Yeah, I think that was it. That was
Woodbridge School of Dance. That's it. So
beautiful.
Remember your boys can join the rec team or the competition team also here. Just by joining the Woodbridge School of Dance.
And they're performing on that mat right now. It's really exciting, right in front of the grandstand, and there's a lot of folks up on the grandstand. Mr. Mitch John, the town clerk, doing an outstanding job of announcing
as
everyone.
Always.
Yep. It's
always does.
Landmark. Cool performance. Looks like the skies are trying to lighten up a little bit. It's a little gray out there, but no rain.
I checked the weather report this morning before I went out to church, and it said that it was supposed to be sunny.
Yeah.
Give them a nice round of applause,
They were wrong.
everybody, please.
It's a beautiful business.
Yeah, absolutely.
There we go, Pure Energy from the Woodbridge School of Dance. And that is a lovely float they have there. Got to thank all those folks who put floats in there. That's that's a big effort.
Yeah, and it certainly makes the parade special.
Absolutely.
Each and everybody, every group that contributes, it's just such a statement of our community, and everybody's willingness to participate in events like this is just, as the mayor always says, and we tend to join in. I know as an assemblyman, you have to represent a bigger area, but we really feel that Woodbridge is the best town around, and we're very proud. We're also very proud of you.
Thank you very much. And there we see, right there in the front, this is the Ford's Fire Company, #1. Chief, right in the middle there, Howie Bauer. And of course, Howie is the councilman-elect from the 2nd Ward with Rick Delina, retiring after, I think, 33 years of service to the community. He's decided not to run again. Howie Bauer stepped in and was victorious. And he's a terrific guy and a good friend.
Yeah.
President's Dan Gregan. Board of Commissioners, the president is Dennis Henry. Established back in 1911, Greg.
Yeah, a long time ago.
106
7th
years
District
old.
of Woodbridge. I saw Howie last night on the holiday stroll in Fords, and really looking forward to working with him. He is a outstanding community leader, well before he thought of running for office, and it's just going to be so exciting to have him on our council. I really look forward to it.
I think this is his second stint as the chief of Fords, but he's a guy who's involved in the community. I've known Howie for,
right to the Little League, right?
Yeah, he was the president.
Sure.
My son's a little bit older than his. But he was the president a couple times after me, and so he's been around. He's a guy who pours himself into whatever he's doing, and he's going to make a real difference.
Yeah, and there's quite a few vehicles there from Fords. We see them all nice and modern,
making
and
a big showing. Fords is out in force today.
Absolutely, still coming.
There they come.
I know the Merchants Association in Fords did a great job last night at their stroll, and they have their monthly meeting in the firehouse. And I know there was a lot of talk about breaking Howie in now that Ricky's leaving. So I was teasing him last night. We had a lot of fun. That's a real active group, that downtown Fords Business Improvement District, and they really take it serious, and they're doing a wonderful job.
It's the Woodbridge Warriors that I saw on the banner there. Well, as first we see some of the kids along the sideline. They all love to get candy. Everybody's brought. That's become the etiquette now as council people and freeholders, and everybody brings some candy with them to throw. And there we see the Woodbridge Warriors, special hockey team. John Everhart's their manager and the president. Don Nierenberg, the head coach. Treasurer's Norma Grasso, secretary Barbara Cesny. But the team, the Woodbridge Warriors special hockey team, was founded in 2007 by John Everhart. It's a team for special needs children. They play the real game of ice hockey against teams from Pennsylvania, New York, Connecticut, and New Jersey. The Warriors also host the annual ASHA hockey camp at the Woodbridge Community Center. It's free for all special needs children from Boston to Maryland.
Just
great work.
Real good group.
Yep.
Dixieland Band.
Here we see them.
Paul and Pal's Dixieland Band. Paul Grabauer, leader, formerly known as 4+2, and the Cornucopia Jazz Band. The band plays music for listening and dancing for all occasions, dances, parades, cocktail parties, shows, anniversaries, and weddings. paulandpals.com is their website, and we welcome them. And the Avenel Colonia First Aid Squad coming in behind them just to make sure everybody's okay. It's funny how you hear the music so clearly in our headsets. You feel like you're out there on the streets.
Good sound system.
Yep. This is our Woodbridge Community Center. Folks coming up, Vito Semaluca is the Director of Recreation. Brian Molnar is the Deputy Director. Paul Losick is the Assistant Director, General Manager. The Woodbridge Community Center offers a wide variety of health benefits, fitness programs, child care and enrichment, and family recreation. A membership at the Woodbridge Community Center offers outstanding value, and the WCC team approaches to inspire individuals and families to meet their wellness goals in a fun, friendly, and safe environment.
It really is a great facility, isn't it?
Absolutely. And as chairman of the Mayor's Council on Wellness, I strongly suggest that you get out there and check it out.
And you go there on a regular basis, don't you?
Pretty much. I also go to the Raritan Bay YMCA, where I'm chairman of the board, but our community center is absolutely the best. And the people is what really makes it.
And it's really, really active. We also saw included in that group was the Woodbridge Wolfpack Hockey. Under the direction of Director President Vito Semaluca, the Director of Hockey is Kevin Ancourt, and the Director is Coaching Director is Paul Losak. That's a travel hockey program. Participates in the New Jersey Youth Hockey League, and their home base is right here in Woodbridge. The Wolfpack Squirts won the Regional International Silver Sticks with a chance to compete in the finals in Canada. The Wolfpack Squirts in 2017 won the Harbor Center Cup in Buffalo. If you're interested, get involved. And here we see
the Woodbridge High School Marching Barons, and you can see Glenn across the street getting all excited under the direction of Jason Cohen, Assistant Director Jennifer Cohen, Color Guard Advisor Becca Demsack, Percussions Instructor Tom Hicks, Drum Majors Bella Frias, Carla Giordano, Sabrina Yip. Those are the drum majors. The marching bands are active performing arts organizations from Woodbridge High School. They perform at all Barons football games, numerous yearly competitions. The marching band took second place in the Group 3A state championship. Percussions took first place, and the color guard took third place. The marching barons look forward to performing at the CJMEA Regents 2 Wind Ensemble Festival and marching down Main Street, USA in Disney World.
How cool is
this
that?
Coming year.
That
Yes.
has got to be very exciting. And
Yep.
they are followed by the high school cheerleaders competition team. Kritik Gulix and Mary Roderick are the coaches. The captain is Jordan Sinelli. 2017 NCA National Championships. The Woodbridge High School cheerleaders are committed to community service and regularly participate in activities that give back to the Woodbridge Township community.
And the band, a small group from the band, participated at the tree lighting on Friday night, so they're always active and out there. This is the Woodbridge High School Homecoming Queen, King, and Court. 2017 Homecoming Queen is Amber Cotto. Homecoming Court, Samantha Nedza, Brittany Zah, Gabriella D'Amelio, Sienna Cafario, and Charity Deramola.
And there we see the float. There's the king of the prom. You saw him. It was Patrick Petro. He's just a wonderful young man. Special needs. There he is with his football jersey on. He's a part of the football team. And we were there. We did the game the night he was selected. And I'll tell you what, you couldn't have seen happier. Kids happier to lose. Everybody was rooting for him. He's a wonderful young man. Andrew Fuentes, Eden Bradley, Cameron Christine, Aiden Kolnevics, and Curtis Nesbitt. I apologize to Aiden. Let's also give the homecoming queen her due, Amber Cotto, and her court, Samantha Nedza, Brittany Say, Gabriella D'Amelio, and Sienna Calafaro, and Charity Daramola.
And we have some nice hot rod cars out there from our friends in Staten Island. We don't have a list for them, but they're really cool cars. One looks like it could be a Camaro. Yep, a nice red Camaro. As you can see, crossing our mat now.
And here's your wife walking by the window, blowing you kisses. Oh, she blew me 2 kisses.
Ah, yeah. I want to get a picture here. Hold on. We got the gang together.
Staten Island Car Club is based in, surprise, it's based in Staten Island, nonprofit 501c3 organization. They've donated $7,500 to 14 charities. They received a proclamation from the Staten Island Borough President, James Otto, proclaiming August 21st, 2017, Staten Island Car Care Day.
Wow, look at that there's a couple of classics. That's a Lincoln Continental. I recognize that one. And a little modern 4-door Jeep there. It's got the Rudolph nose in the front and the antlers. Pretty cool.
Is your daughter?
Yeah, that's Dr. Rivera right there.
That's right.
My sister-in-law just
zipping by.
Moved into her new condo in Ford. So yeah, I mean in Woodbridge. I'm sorry, right in Woodbridge. Another Lincoln Continental out there with the Staten Island Club.
There you go. Yep.
Yeah.
And those folks decorate. Look at how, their vehicles look great. It's shiny and.
Yeah.
This one looks like a little ski ramp in the back there.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, they got the nice USA decal on the back of the pickup, just leaving us now of the World Trade Center. Tribute to the World Trade Center. And we got a little break in the action here, but as we look up the street, we see the Lightbridge Academy float coming into view right now. Guy Falzerano is the owner. Maria DeMeo is the center director, and Kim Volpis is the center director. Lightbridge Academy has been a home away from home for families in Woodbridge and Island since 1997. The Lightbridge Academy introduced Parent View Internet monitoring in 1998. That's the norm now, but that was the exception then. This keeps parents connected to their children even while they are at work. They also provide optional meal plans, extended hours, help relieve. All right, we're going to take a little break. We'll be back.
Stay with us.
Okay. We are now joined by First Ward Councilwoman Nancy Drum.
Hi, Brian. How are you?
Happy holidays,
Thank you. It's very mild out today. However, the great part about that is we have a ton more people here today. When it's cold and frigid, not many people come out. So we're very happy with a great turnout. And I just want to wish everyone in Woodbridge Township a happy holiday and have a great year.
Thank you. Now back to Craig and Greg.
And welcome back, everyone. Greg Ficarra, Craig Coughlin, bringing you the 57th Annual Woodbridge Holiday Parade. Thanks for joining us. There we see the Relay for Life team of Woodbridge. The event chair is Christine Arthur. The co-chairs are Amy McDivitt and Tammy McCormick, wife of the mayor. The relay is a community walk celebrating our cancer survivors, lost loved ones, and giving us a forum to fight back against cancer. Money is raised for cancer research, Look Good, Feel Good programs, Road to Recovery, and Hope Lodge. The organization would like to send a big thank you to Aquila Landscaping Contractors and Christmas Tree Stand for providing the trailer they're using today. And stop by Aquila's tree stand, I should say, located at 1030 St. George's Avenue for your trees, wreaths, and grave covers. Terrific guy, Greg Ficarra. You're a terrific guy, too. Greg Aquila is a terrific guy, too. Next up, the Trenton AOH. Ancient Order of Hibernians Pipe Band, Colin Duffy, the pipe major, Jim Duffy, the band major, and Sean Carter, the drum major.
The band's current configuration is dedicated to continuing the tradition of performing Celtic music on the Highland bagpipe to the best of our ability. They meet each week to practice known tunes and to work on new ones. New students are always welcome, whether beginner or experienced. In the short time since Colin Duffy has taken over the pipe major, the band has experienced an increase in the repertoire and improved sound. Best Band Hamilton Street St. Patrick's Parade 2013, and Best Band at Avenel Firehouse 100th Anniversary Parade. I met these guys in Dunkin' Donuts.
Friends, right?
They were exciting. And now we have the Island Fire Company District 9, Chief Joseph Gary. They send out their best wishes for a happy and safe holiday to all from Company District Number 9, Island, New Jersey. Great group of guys, just like the rest of our firefighters, as we said earlier.
Terrific. A lot of traffic as we're standing here. We're in the window again at the El Rancho Mexican restaurant. We thank them again for hosting and letting us use their space. They're giving it up on a Sunday afternoon.
Here's the guys waving out the truck. That's a cool looking truck. They got the big window in the back, and looks like Island. They got to be prepared to go up pretty high. Yeah, here comes the I guess what you would call the hook and ladder, right? Because they got some big buildings over there by the Metro Park.
Yeah,
right?
They do. Yep.
They're responsible. A lot of responsibility there.
This is a great view for people watching, Greg. We walk by, people wave to us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Say hello.
It's just great.
Write notes, press them against the window.
Yeah, that's funny. It is funny, though, you know, how I was watching you walking along. It's hard to march in a parade without dashing off and giving out a hug or a high five or something.
Yeah.
It's quite warm. It's just wonderful. It really is.
It really is such a community event. You see all the kids out. You know, you see parents and grandparents together. It's you know, it kicks off the holiday season. It's only December 3rd, so we got a ways to go. So it's good. Should be a great month here. And Main Street looks tremendous.
Yep, and here we have the International Martial Arts, and I'll take a shot at Master Mohammed El Sikh. International Martial Arts is located at 55 Cuttersdock Road here in Woodbridge. Established January of 2000, International Martial Arts participates in all town events and is involved with many community events. International Martial Arts also hosts the Metro Taekwondo Championship. So they're on our little banner now doing a performance right to the...
let's watch.
Yeah. Right in front of the grandstand there.
We got some little ones there.
Yeah, right in the front. She's cute. Very cute.
Here we go.
Almost lost her antlers there when she took a bow.
Posing for a picture. Mom and Dad?
Yeah.
I'll bet. Next up is another one of the floats. The Bank of Woodbridge, a division of BCB Community Bank, featuring the Woodbridge Community Choir under the direction of Karen Mercer. The Bank of Woodbridge is, as we said, division of BCB Community Bank. It is a full-service community bank serving the needs of the Woodbridge community. And there's Mike Forbes, husband of Gina Forbes, who is working diligently to put this production on for you. Hello, Michael, and my occasional broadcast partner. Mike and I always end up, we've done many things together, including parades, but we always do a baseball game up at the Somerset Patriot Stadium.
Yeah, the choir's been, this is their 9th year to support the choir. Please come to the Avenel Middle School on Saturday, December 9th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. for the holiday craft and vendor sale.
And the bank has 2 locations, one at 34 Main Street and the other at 1379 St. George Avenue, Colonial.
So the choir event is in its 9th year. If you want to support them,
all right, I think they're going to sing for us.
Looks like they're singing right in front of the grandstand, and they're followed by the Major Effect Dance Academy coming right behind them.
Same to you. Thank you so much. We hope to see you on the
And the owner-director of the Major Effect Dance Academy is Melanie Elise. Owner and director is a former New Jersey Devil dancer and recognized choreographer, nominated for the NJACT Perry Award for Outstanding Choreographing. Dance classes are offered for ages 3 and up. They offer birthday party, wedding, couple choreographs, sweet 16s. They received the Ultimate Entertainment Award at Beyond the Stars in 2016 and 2017. The new dance studio is located at 777 Port Reading Avenue. Registration is open all year. Their first dance competition of the season is March of 2018. Stop by for a visit or check them out online at MajorEffectDanceAcademy.com. Thank you, Melanie and the group, as they're passing the grandstand now. And we have some firefighters dressed down in their garb here, handing out candy. Those guys are big hits. The Woodbridge Township Firefighters.
Here we see them.
IAFF Local 290. President Keith Rapace. First Vice President Joe Eugenio. Second Vice President Michael Mastrodano. Treasurer Mark Minkler, Secretary Robert Pfizer, Sergeant-at-Arms Michael Balog. Founded in 1929, Local 290 represents more than 40 career firefighters in Forge, Port Reading, and Woodbridge. And these are our career firefighter guys that have dedicated their life to that profession and the wonderful things that we do. And we are very grateful to them. And there's a beautiful vehicle right there.
Yeah. Coming into view right now. T6.
And not that it's terribly important here at the Christmas parade, but the Jets are up 21-17 at halftime.
There you go. And you were, I saw Greg's a big Jet fan. He's got his Jet gear on today, representing his team. But before the parade, he was like, "We're down 2 touchdowns at the end of the first quarter."
Yeah.
Now they're up. The Jets have had a surprisingly good year.
Yeah, they're competitive, and we didn't expect that. So let's see. Who do we have coming up next? Wozer. Is this part of the... Oh, yes, this is part of the firefighters group right here.
Yeah,
wow.
Woodbridge Township Firefighters, the local union.
Oh,
the
wow.
IAFF.
They got the Rome hot chocolate on there.
Yes.
That's going all out. Look at that.
This little smoke coming out of the roof. There we go.
That's very exciting.
Yeah. That's popcorn.
Woodbridge
That's the float to
Firefighter.
get. And if it's raining, you know what? You're dry.
Absolutely.
Wow, that's a terrific float.
Yep, and once again, that's our firefighters from Local 290, representing over 40 career firefighters. And they're going to be followed by the Woodbridge Fire Department, the volunteer group, Chief Bruce Horvath. Woodbridge Fire Department was organized in 1897 and serves Woodbridge proper and Seawarren, and we're real proud of those guys, too. So that's another nice float. We got moving things, and we're joined again by our assistant director, Brian Molnar. Brian, I know you were busy out on the street. We were practicing sending it out to you, our guy out on the streets.
Now it's good. We got a good crowd.
Yeah, we do have a good crowd.
Yeah, I mean, considering the weather, we had that little blast of rain right before we kicked this off.
Right, yeah. And there we see the Woodbridge Township Ambulance and Rescue Squad. John Caricia, the chief, celebrating their 80th year, or celebrating 80 years, I should say, of serving the residents of Woodbridge since 1937. And they want everybody to have a safe and wonderful holiday season, and we could not agree more. And we're going to send to Brian now out on the street.
Okay, we are now joined by our Middlesex County freeholder and Woodbridge native, Charlie Kenny.
Hello there.
How are you?
Happy holidays to you. Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays. And freeholder Kenny was a past Grand Marshal in this parade.
Yes, I was. Yes, I was a couple of years ago. It's great to be out here, seeing the people out on the street, everybody getting into the festive spirit for the holidays. That's what we need. We always need to remember that Christmas, the holidays, they're not about the best toy or the new car, whatever the case may be. It's about being with one another and family and healing and starting anew as we head into the new year. And on behalf of the Freeholder Board, our Director Ron Rios, our Deputy Director Charlie Tamaro, and our Freeholder members Ken Armwood, Santi Nara, Leslie Koppel, Marquita Valenti, myself, and I think I've got everybody.
I think you did.
We're wishing you all a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holiday, and a healthy and safe New Year.
Well, freeholder, thank you for coming back and celebrating the parade with us.
Thank you, Brian, and thank you to the rec department and everybody who is out here putting this parade together. It's not one person, it's a group effort, and they do a great job every year.
It is a group. We have a great staff in the rec department, and this is probably the most fun event that we put on for the year.
Fantastic. And I also saw my good friend and my neighbor, Joe Jennis, out there wishing everybody Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. So it's always great to see him out there sharing the festive spirit.
Yes, he was. He was driving past Grand Marshal Stu Brand now.
That's right. So thank you all very much.
All right, thank you. Now back to Craig and Greg.
And I think passing right behind them now is the Woodbridge Little League president, Robert Lukacek, Vice President of Baseball, Alex Bosch, a Hall of Famer in Woodbridge Township, Vice President of Softball, Hiram Morales, Treasurer Rich Lorenzen, Secretary Anthony Terabetsky, and player agent Brett Rackett. The Woodbridge Little League was founded in 1952. Woodbridge Little League has provided recreation baseball and softball to the youth of Woodbridge, starting with T-ball all the way up to high school. Baseball is played at Van Buren Street Complex and softball at Oak Avenue Complex. Woodbridge Little League has spring, summer, and fall teams. And that looks like that must be their group passing us right now.
There we go.
Not only marching, but they have their own float. That's really a lot of floats this year, Brian. I don't know. I've never sat in this seat before, but it seems like there's a lot.
How many are there, Brian? Do you know?
I think the bond float ones that a lot of the companies, the bank sponsor, we had I think 11 this year, but a lot of the marching groups now are kind of going the float route. They'll like Bobby Smolder, SSR, graciously donates his time and his truck and his trailer to Woodbridge Little League, and a lot of groups are starting to do that now.
Yeah, it's really nice. We saw that earlier with the Relay for Life and Greg Aquila's trailer stuff. So yeah, by the way, Brian, the banner on the street is incredible.
Yeah, Matt, where did
it is. That's beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
You know what? Vito Sembaluca came to me one day and he goes, "We got to do something like Macy's has."
Yeah.
And we racked our brains
Macy's
for like
would be jealous.
2-3 years trying to come up with something. And then, we finally contacted, I think, a Piscataway, a company. And, Royal Albert, He graciously donated this for us.
Looks spectacular.
It really gives it like a good signature look in front of the review stand.
It does.
Here we see the JFK Marching Mustangs under the direction of Josh Cabrera. The percussion instructor is Brandon Everhart. The color guard instructor is Amanda Hugelmeyer. Drum majors, let's take a listen first. They're so good. Let's just listen. We'll tell you the names a little bit later on.
Passing right in front of us. Marching Mustangs.
The drum major is Balajat Singh. McKenna player. The guard captains are Teresa Schmidt, Mohita Sinha. The drum captains are Sanjin Hadzik and Nayman Shah. Section leaders are Hetal Ladd, Alexandra Mazza, Emmanuel Ramos, Sonori Rupa Singh, and Felipe Sabagal. They're celebrating their 53rd season, and they performed all over the place. They stand in the field for football games, both home and away. And this spring, they'll be performing in Walt Disney World.
Wow, that's I guess Kennedy and Woodbridge are going to Disney.
And if you have some time for breakfast, they have a pancake breakfast as a fundraiser, probably to help for that trip to Disney World at Applebee's, January 13th, 8 a.m. to 10.
And then we had, following them, the JFK Memorial Homecoming Queen and Court. The Homecoming Queen is Marina Finis. First runner-up, Julia Sinatra, Jashini Patel, Maury Tevis, and Suti Vas. Now we have the Lone Wolf Outlaw Cruisers coming by.
Terry Napovic is the parade chair. Ron Pearl is the co-chair, along with Jim Z. PT Cruisers, they've been around for a while. They formed back in 2000, and they enjoy cruising, surprisingly. Car shows, parades, and meeting other PT owners from all 50 states.
Yeah, they've been a staple in our parade for a long time. And the one thing about Terry Napavrik, I believe it's his daughter is Rosie Napavrik, the jockey.
Oh, really?
Who's won the Kentucky Oaks a couple times and rode in the Derby a couple times. So,
wow, that's a little interesting tidbit there by our assistant director of recreation, Brian. Thank you for.
Like it's a long parade, Brian. As I look through the sheets left in our book here, we got a lot to go still.
Yeah, we try to keep it around 75 to 80 groups. We don't want it to go too late. I mean, it is going to start to get dark around 4 o'clock, so we try just to get it to around 4 o'clock.
You did a great job. It's really nice. Coming into play now looks like the Colonial Musketeers Fife and Drum Corps. They're starting to approach us, and the director is Kelly Felsen. The fife sergeant is Hannah Ganley. The drum sergeant is Kayla Marpith. The Colonial Musketeers Fife and Drum Corps were established in 1975 in Hackettstown, New Jersey. The uniforms they wear are reminiscent of those worn by the Continental Marines in the Army in the American Revolution. The instruments they play are similar to those used in colonial times. They have appeared throughout the United States, Canada, and across Europe. They presently hold the championship title for the state of New Jersey.
Wow.
The Fife and Drum. Yes, Colonial Musketeers Fife and Drum Corps passing us right now.
Impressive.
Hey, it looks nice outside. Let's see what Brian's doing out there.
Okay, we are now joined by Councilwoman at Large Lisbeth DeJesus and 5th Ward Councilwoman Debbie Meehan. Councilwoman?
Thank you. I want to wish all of our residents a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and a prosperous New Year. Quiero desearles a todos nuestros residentes unas Navidades prósperas y un feliz Año Nuevo.
Thank you. Councilwoman Meehan?
I just want to wish everybody a wonderful holiday season, a blessed holiday. Just remember, when we're buying gifts and we're doing all these other things, the food banks are running low, and it's a great time to give a gift to a child, give a can of food to our food banks, and just think about everybody else that's what the season's about. So have a blessed holiday season.
Thank you very much. Now back to Craig and Greg.
And they're passing over that beautiful banner that Assistant Director Molnar was just explaining to us. And as he always does, he's giving the credit to someone else. But Vito Samaluka and Brian are an outstanding team, and they really make the world of recreation and fun things that we do in our town happen, from the concerts in the summertime to the strolls on our various main streets. It's just action-packed all year long, and we really appreciate all of that. And this is the Central New Jersey Pink Heels. We could see it. I thought it was a fire truck, but Board of Directors, Regina Hawkins, President-Director, Michael Hawkins, Vice President, Lorraine Albury, Secretary, Deirdre Locasio, Public Relations, Cheryl Abare, Fundraising. Pink Heels is a nonprofit organization of local firefighters, okay, that explains it, and first responders that financially help women and their families who are fighting cancer, any cancer. Breast cancer doesn't own the color pink, women do.
Go.
Thank you for their help.
Yeah, they're new this year to us, so we welcome them.
That's
Next
awesome.
up, Neves Jewelers. Lee Neves, President. Lee Neves of Neves Jewelers is celebrating over 40 years of business right here on Main Street in Woodbridge. As a thank you to all their customers, present and future, they'll have up to a 40% off store-wide sale going on now throughout the entire 2017 holiday season.
Wow, 40% off. I'll see you guys later. I got to get going.
Yeah, we got to get Christmas gifts.
Now we have the Island Chemical Hook and Ladder Company, District Number 11, Chief Mike Ernhorn, President Craig McKenzie, President of the Board of Fire Commissioners Steve Freeman. Founded in 1924, Island Fire Company protects the west end of Island and sections of Colonia. Happy holidays from them. And it's interesting in Island, and I didn't really know this, you have those two firehouses that are close by, but you got the railroad tracks and the bridge going from one side to the other, and the bridge is pretty low, and the fire companies need to be on both sides. So
I also wouldn't be surprised if that also wasn't that if those railroad tracks weren't at ground level at one point.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know that for sure, but I know that that's often why they had the divide. You couldn't fight a fire if you're trapped on the one side or the other. I don't know.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But it is interesting how you learn these things. And again, a great group, as all our volunteers are, the coordinated efforts that they do. We mentioned it a little earlier in the parade.
There we see Vito Mazza waving his arm right there with the vest on. Vito Mazza Salon and Spa, the owner, Vito and Ann Mazza, celebrating over 50 years in downtown Woodbridge. They are one-stop shopping for relaxation, massage, facials, pedicures, and gift cards make it all the perfect holiday gift.
And the Mazza family, Anne is a member of the Mayor's Wellness Campaign, and she is also the host of Woodbridge Wellness, which is our wellness TV show. She does a tremendous job. That is now on demand on YouTube, and really goes well beyond the Woodbridge border. And the Mazza family is just a phenomenal group that gives back to this community in a big way. They're always doing fundraisers for various causes, and just very good people.
Terrific people, and a terrific part of the business community here in Woodbridge. Next up, we see the Port Reading Fire Department. Chief Jeff Katulski, Assistant Chief Harry, Triantha Phillip? I'm sorry, Harry.
I think that was pretty close.
The company was established back in 1904, and it's the second oldest fire company here in Woodbridge Township, proudly serving the community of Port Reading.
Another really neat-looking truck. Yeah. Our guys in Port Reading do an outstanding job over there. I know they have ceremonies and flag-raising things, and just a real active group of people. And a lot of organizations over on that side of town use that facility for meetings, and just a good group of active people.
And like so many other sections of the township, the Port Reading community really has a sense of itself. And Brian, you're a Port Reading guy, right?
Yes, I am. I'm lucky I get to attend their Memorial Day service they do every year. It's a very nice service they do, and they've been great. You know, my father was a member of the fire department. I was actually a member for a few short years in the mid '80s. It's you know, it's they do a great job. The first aid squad too.
You know, Brian, I think with a lot of our first aid squads, wherever they are in town, there seems to be a legacy from father to son and uncles and brothers, and I think a lot of that makes it very special. Here's our Port Reading first aid squad, serving the community since 1970. Richard Kresh is the president. They would like to thank Mayor McCormick and the Township of Woodbridge for their continuous support, and they wish everyone a happy holidays.
Now, when you talk about a legacy, that is the perfect example. Going back to 1970, when Francis Small, father of Brian Small, your colleague on the council, started the first aid squad with another group of individuals. And Brian, at a young age, you know, after his father passed, you know, carried the torch and has been a very big part of that first aid squad since he was 15 years old.
Yeah, you know, when Brian, well, I've known Brian and admired Brian with his work with the youth. I mean, he's just been unbelievable between the baseball and the street hockey and everything else. Way before he was a councilman on the Board of Education, but I remember him showing me a map of the way the first aid squads service the community, and the passion in his voice when he was explaining it was unbelievable. So I can understand, you know, what you're saying. Here we have the Golden Saints Football and Cheerleading Organization, co-presidents Pedro Rosario and David Brett, Vice President Scott Schaefer, football commissioners Pete Hicks, Mark Roach, Nick Shine, cheer coordinator Lenore Roque, assistant cheer coordinator Maggie Rosario, treasurers Michelle Pakulik, Jill Roche, and Linda Rook, secretaries Ryan Haynes and Tara Palermo, social media director Baron Roque. This is their 50th anniversary, established in 1967. This year, the Port Reading Saints merged with the St. Cecilia Golden Knights to create the Golden Knights. JV football team is the 2017 JVC champion. The JV cheerleaders won first place at the JVC competition, and they would like to extend happy holidays to all.
And they have their big float behind them, as they do every year.
Wow, yeah, that's another.
That is a big float.
Yeah, there's another great.
That's cool. Look at that.
You know, that's another good thing with our Pop Warners. I mean, you know, we had the 5 Pop Warner organizations. And then this past year, we had the Colonial Patriots merged with the Island Giants to create Broncos football and cheer. And then St. Cecilia's Golden Knights, you know, merged with the Port Reading Saints, and now you have the Golden Saints. So
yeah, it's, you know, the people in this town through the recreation department and the youth programs, they separate their personalities and their interests for whatever's good for the kids, and that's like a theme, I think, throughout Woodbridge Township, and it has a lot of guidance of that Woodbridge Recreation Group.
Yep.
They all come together and discuss issues, and if it's good for the town, somehow you guys make it happen. So
that means there's 3 teams then, right? Because the Bearcats still are in
Fords.
Fords.
The Bearcats are still in Fords.
This is Joey Persipi, 1952 Buick. Happy holidays from the Persipi family. I remember my aunt and uncle had that very vehicle.
Car.
I remember
it may have been that one.
Yeah, loading up myself and all my cousins, my brother, and going to church at St. John Vianney's in a car like that when it was first built. I can remember that pretty clearly.
Before they had those pesky safety rules, the seatbelts.
Yeah. Well, it's funny.
Was metal on the inside, right?
This summer we went on a cruise, and one of the ports was Havana.
Oh,
I think I drove in the back of that in Havana.
And it looked like it was brand new, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And next is a float sponsored by our friends at Northfield Bank. Elsa Munez, Woodbridge Township branch team, serving the community since 1887. Northfield Bank works together with the community to make their neighborhood a better place to live and work. Northfield supports schools, school plays, patronizes local businesses, and volunteers time at local charities. They're proud to support Woodbridge's youth program, the Mayoral Park Little League, Woodbridge Community Center, and the We Feed program. Their local branch is located on Main Street next to the Woodbridge Community Center and in Avenel across from Cheers.
Good community partner there. They're chucking out little balls. That's a little different than the normal candy that we see out there.
Yeah.
I hope nobody, none of the kids eats the balls they're throwing out there.
Hope not. Next up, Colonial High School Marching Patriots under the direction of Kevin Perdoni and the assistants Ben Barbado and Jeff Leidner. Drum major is Shiana Blott, and the assistant drum major is Jaden Rivlis. Section leaders include Rebecca Melton, Elena Miss Signa, Stephanie, I'm sorry about that, Parlamy, Abigail Muselli, Kaylee Donahue, and Sarah Gregory. The Marching Patriots compete in band competitions, perform at all the football games, and they'll be traveling to Norfolk, Virginia this spring.
They look great. They got their Santa hats on, but they're in the Colonia blue. I love that the Colonia kids call their new football field the C.
Yeah.
I just think that is the coolest thing.
And even we saw all 3 high school marching bands, cheer squads. It's just the sound. They have come such a long way under the leadership of their directors, and the uniforms are striking. It's really the parade is divided into 3, and our high schools kick off each third of the parade.
Absolutely. And the band from Colonia is followed by the great cheerleaders. There's an army of them out there, and the head coach is Andrea Sinkovitz. Captains Caitlin Botcher, Victoria Dowd, and Aniri Parikh. And there's a lot of tradition of cheerleading at Colonia High School, and it seems they're doing well.
It is Colonia High School homecoming queen and king, and their courts. Victoria Dowd is the queen. Her court includes Samantha Ashton, Jamie Frage, Shreya Blott, and Kathleen Bocher. Luke Pirro is the king, and he's joined by Mateo Campbell, Kyle Kerjarvis, Anthony Picani, and Rawin Sanchez. We're going to send it off to Brian now. He's out on the street.
Okay, we are now joined by Mayor John McCormick.
Great parade, Brian, as usual. Actually, I thought the crowd was better than I expected, given the fact that it's a little chilly out. But, you know, people come out to see the high school kids, the scouts, the seniors, the fire companies. This is a parade that brings out all the good things about Woodbridge Township into one spot for an hour and a half.
So let me ask you a question. Being mayor, is this the best time of year with all the events that go on?
Oh, I think so. Everybody loves the holidays. No matter what holiday you celebrate, everybody likes this time of year. Even if you don't believe in Santa Claus, you gotta love Santa Claus. So everybody just has a good time. It brings out the best in people, and I just think it's a wonderful time of the year.
Well, thank you, for giving us the resources to be able to put on stuff like this. We have a really great cooperation with the business community. I mean, really, without them, the floats, the sponsors we get, and everything. But one thing, let's talk about coming up to the 350th. If we could take a minute to talk about that. So.
Well, June 1st, 2019 is the 350th anniversary of Woodbridge being founded in 1669. So for that entire year leading up to that, we're going to have a whole host of events. We start with June 1st of 2018 with a gala, 350th gala at the Community Center. And then that whole year leading up to June 1st of 2019 is just going to be celebration after celebration, event after event. We've already got a great logo, beautiful red, white, and blue logo. Now it's on blankets. It's just, we're going to do so many things to celebrate the fact that the best town around will be 350 years old in just about a year and a half.
And when you look at it, like putting the book together for the parade, and you're looking at all our fire departments, like I know Colonia is going to be celebrating 75. Avenel had a 100th anniversary a couple years ago. Port Reading had a 100th anniversary a few years ago. And that's the history. And this parade's kind of like a microcosm of our history.
Yeah, the fire companies are the backbone of Woodbridge. I say all the time that those men and women that work in these firehouses, they are the community of Woodbridge Township. There's 9 different fire districts. There's a couple houses in some of them, so probably 13 or so different firehouses in the town. And it's just a way for everybody to get together. They host the mayor's breakfast. They have their own picnics. They have their own open houses. They have all kinds of things where they go to the schools and teach kids the safety, fire safety. They're wonderful. Now you see them now coming through. They all march. The first aid squads march. The police march. This is just such a good thing.
Well, Mayor, to you and your family, have a wonderful holiday season and all the best.
Likewise, same to you. Thanks to the Department of Recreation. You guys do an amazing job. People think, they credit me all the time. Great parade. I don't do anything for the parade except show up, march, and get on TV. You guys do all the work, and you do a great job. So to you, your whole department, all the wonderful employees of Town Hall and the Township, and all the wonderful employees of our Board of Education and all the other entities, everybody, all of our families, please have a blessed and safe and fun-filled holiday season. Thanks for watching.
Thank you, Mayor. Now back to Craig and Greg.
And welcome back. Brian Molnar, Greg Ficarra, Craig Coughlin, happy to be with you as the 57th annual Woodbridge Holiday Parade rolls by. And here we see some horses.
Some big
from KBA Stables. Keith Brown, the president and cowboy. KBA Stables is riding club located in Central New Jersey. They're a family-oriented group promoting training, education, and the enjoyment of riding and caring for horses. You can find them at KBA Stables LLC in their Facebook page.
They got a little pony there. Did you see it? It's kind of slipped by.
Now, last year, Brian, you said the horses were a little skitterish when it came to that beautiful mat we have.
Yeah, they walked up to it and then kind of stopped and kind of surveyed it over, and we didn't know what was going to happen, but they made it across this year just fine.
Chevy Savelle out there, the Garden State Gear Shifters. Robert Arnold is the president. Jerry Plewa, vice president. Social club since 1983. The Garden State Gear Shifters are dedicated to preservation, restoration, and enjoyment of all antique, classic, eclectical vehicles featuring cars of the 60s and the 70s. They support the Occupational Center of Union County and the Wounded Warriors Foundation. That's the Garden State Gear Shifters. I'm going to make an assumption that there's no automatics out there today.
Yeah.
Really cool cars. That Chevy Savelle is the first one. I can't tell what this one is. Looks like they ran over.
It doesn't peel out on the mat.
Yeah. They got a snowman in the front of that there. That's a Chevy too? Is that a Bel Air?
I think so.
Yes, a Chevy Bel Air. Beautiful. And there's a little trend with Chevys here. Another Chevelle Super Sport. That's either got a 396 or a 427. Anybody want to take any bets?
No.
I think it's a 396. I can see it on the side. Sweet machine. And we got.
Did you have one of those?
Corvette? No, I worked in a gas station on St. George Avenue in Colonia, and the guy had a Chevy Savelle just like that. Maroon with a black vinyl top. My job was to keep it clean. Here's a Nova, Chevy Nova, with the Garden State Gear Shifters. Sweet. And then a big Chevy Blazer. That's an old-time Blazer right there in pretty darn good shape. I did have one of those.
Did you?
Yeah, a blue one with a white vinyl top. Just that top in the back, you can actually take it off. Yep. It's no easy task, but you can. And Garden State Gear Shifters, thanks for coming.
And next up, the Casby Fire Department. Chief John Nowakowski and Lou Montalvo is the president. They've been around for 110 years, protecting the residents of Casby. Thank you, gentlemen and ladies.
Memorial Day, we have that nice parade over in Casby you and I always go to, yep, right underneath the Garden State Parkway. To me, that's one of the great honors of being a public servant here in Woodbridge, to be able to participate in those great events. And their grassroots. And we've got another car group, 1985 Corvette by John Fantazier. John Fantazier is the owner. Kelly Willard is the granddaughter. Billy Willard is the grandson. And happy holidays from the Fantazier family.
And the Metropolitan Festival Band, you can hear loud and clear in the back. The leader, Michael Aradino, founded in 2001. The band enjoys year-round performances in many communities. The band's made up of professional musicians who truly enjoy performing for events. Main events, I guess.
Coming into play now is the Hope Lawn Engine Company #1, Chief Joe Hentis, Assistant Chief Bill Hedgedis. Hope Lawn Fire Department has been providing fire and rescue services to the residents of the 8th Fire District and to townships at large since 1914. They are trained in rescue techniques that include search and rescue for disoriented firefighters trapped in burning buildings and motor vehicle extrication and rapid intervention. I see all of the fire groups, and I think of on New Year's Day going out when they swear in, yep, all the officers making the round. And
we go out and ride circuit.
Yep, it forces us to relax on New Year's Eve, which is a good thing.
Kind of grounds you a little bit,
right?
Yeah,
absolutely, because it's such an honor to be out there.
It starts early too, right? Usually around 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock, something like that.
And we're just finishing up with the Hope Lawn Fire Group. They're going over the red carpet, as we call it now.
Next, Rob's Towing. Rob Malici, I guess.
Yeah.
I apologize, Rob. Is the owner, because I have a grasp for the obvious. he wishes everyone a happy holiday. Thanks for participating, Rob.
From Colonial, New Jersey, Rob. I've seen those trucks, Colonial and Clark, over on our northern part of town. Beautiful looking vehicles.
Look at how shiny they are.
Yeah.
We welcome Rob. It's his first year participating with us.
Ah, that's exciting when the new folks come out. That's great, Brian.
And so look at how much fun they're having.
Wow, 1958 Willie Jeep, Marilyn Whitkey. We like to take our grandchildren
for ice cream in the summer.
Yeah,
that's cool. You know what? That's got to be a cool thing for a little one to go for ice cream in a sweet ride like that.
Yep.
And we're going to send to Brian now out on the street.
Okay, I am now joined by 3rd Ward Councilman Corey Spiller, 4th Ward Councilman Vero Patel. Councilman?
Yes, happy holidays to every one of you. May this, what you call auspicious days of holiday season bring extra love, laughter, health, wealth, and happiness to you and your family. May God bless you. May God bless America. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman?
Hey, Brian. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to all our residents. Another fine day, beautiful day for a parade. I want to thank the Recreation Department for putting on an outstanding day. Have a safe holiday season. Thank you.
Thank you. Now back to Craig and Greg.
And we have coming down the home stretch now is our friends from Perth Amboy, the Perth Amboy Fire Department, Chief Ed Mullen. Perth Amboy Fire Department is made up of 67 career firefighters, 10 active volunteer firefighters. The Perth Amboy Fire Company is one of the oldest fire departments in Middlesex County, serving the city of Perth Amboy since 1881. Perth Amboy Fire Department answers approximately 2,400 calls annually, and they would like to wish everyone a safe and joyous holiday. And they're part of your constituents right there, Mr. Speaker.
They are indeed. Proud to represent the great city of Perth Amboy, and they've long tradition. I mean, think about that. They're formed, less than 20 years after the end of the Civil War.
Yeah.
Or I guess about 20 years after. What did they say? 81?
A lot of my former students are Perth Amboy firefighters or Perth Amboy police officers. When you're in education for 35 years, those things tend to happen.
Yep. And they're an annual participant in this parade and in the St. Patrick's Day parade. Perth Amboy Fire Department always there to lend their support.
They always participate.
And I think Perth Amboy had their parade yesterday, if I'm not mistaken.
They did. They had their... Was it parade? I just thought it was a flag race.
I'm not sure. I know they had something yesterday. I saw it when I was over at the Y the other day. Coming down the street now is our Community Emergency Response Team, commonly known as CERT. CERT works to assist police and fire and EMS in multiple purpose roles. They also provide manpower for community affairs and events, just like the one we're seeing now. They're part of the Citizens Corps and Homeland Security. That's our CERT team. And, man, what the things that they do for us, right? You can attest to that, Brian.
Oh, wow. One email to Lowell Aubie, and he gets the group,
he really does.
Moving. And, we joke around, me and the mayor, we call them the mayor's Marines.
Yeah, there's Lowell right there in the front. A real good group. I know, like a lot of as you know, the running events that we do, you couldn't do it without them. Some of the streets to make sure that cars can get by and the runners, there could be a little break. They do a tremendous job. And just as it said, they assist our police and firefighters. And that's quite a vehicle there, boy.
Yeah, bringing out the heavy artillery.
Absolutely. And they have grown. I know they pick up a lot of volunteers, and they go through a lot of training. It's not like, hello, you're a CERT guy. CERT guy or girl, you got to go through a lot of training and a lot of commitment and time.
A lot of certifications, and we bring it up every parade. You think back to Sandy, and these individuals were out there assisting everybody in Woodbridge, and their houses were in the same predicament.
Exactly right.
And they just left everything there to assist everybody, and it's just incredible what they do.
And we got a little gap before our next group. The Sharpshooters Band of Northern New Jersey is coming down Main Street. I can see them off in the distance. We have the benefit of our great camera crew out there on the streets doing a great job. Thank you to our TV 35 crew.
Okay. So let's take Hold on 1 second. You caught me here.
Well, let me announce the group coming down. That'll give you a second. We have the Sharpshooters Band in Northern New Jersey. Ron Pruitt is the director. Lou Richards, drum major. Mike Johnson, percussion captain. And Joe Gonder is the band manager. They've been entertaining folks since 1991. The Sharpshooters Band is one of the few pure brass and percussion parade bands in existence. They're helping our crowd get in the holiday spirit as they lead in the big man, Santa Claus. They're the official band of Santa Claus.
And let's take a second to thank our incredible TV channel, TV 35 crew. Our camera people have been Steve Quetchin, Emil Brandolfi, Adam Chinoy. On location, Joe Fernandez. We saw him on the back of a couple of floats. Our audio director has been Samantha Roth. Our technical director, Gina Forbes. And our director, Lee Beckerman. Tremendous job as always. A labor of love, I know, but certainly, you know, this is a crew that's been here for hours before the parade. They'll be here for hours after the parade, and they just do just an utterly phenomenal job.
Yeah, thank you very much, guys. It's really an honor to work with you, and thank you for setting us up in this beautiful restaurant, the Ranchito, and have us have these front row seats and be able to speak to the great citizens of Woodbridge through TV 35.
Fabulous crew to work with, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, and they're just very nice people. It's always a pleasure. I do a lot of the sporting events with a lot of these guys, and they make you look so good, and they honor the kids and the participants in our various events.
And the band parts, and that can only mean one thing, right? The Sharpshooters Band separates along the mat, and they are getting ready to welcome in somebody special.
Yeah, you got a lot of excited kids and adults out on Main Street right now, and all we have is a picture of this guy with a red hat and a big white beard.
Who could it be? There he is!
And we can see it.
And there we see Joe Fernandez up on a float again.
Yay, Joe. Boy, he's lucky he gets to ride with Mr. and Mrs. Claus. Holy mackerel.
Does this mean he's an elf now?
Yeah. Oh, let's not forget that. At least we not forget that.
There they are as the holiday season officially arrives here in Woodbridge Township with the special arrival of Mrs. and Mr. Claus.
You know, we want to thank Mayor McCormick for making the call up to the North Pole to get Santa, but we also have to thank Bernie Kordowski and Claire Malosha. They had a big hand in getting Santa and Mrs. Claus for us.
It's great to have them there, and it's certainly special. And we see Claire and Larry are inside the Bayshore vehicle that's pulling and assisting Santa Claus. And I guess as Mr. and Mrs. Claus approach, it's a nice time for us to once again thank the crew at TV 35 for their outstanding work. Brian and Vito, your team, and the Woodbridge Township Recreation Department, the Parks Department for all their work. The public work guys have been working on this since last week, getting the route cleared up. The Township Police with everything that they do, the signs even early out, the digital signs. All of our volunteers. Special thanks goes out to Robert Sobieski and Joe Janis for donating their vehicles and being part of the parade. And certainly from myself and my family, I'd like to wish you all a happy holiday, guys.
And I'd like to thank our host right here at
El Ranchito,
I'm sorry. Well, just a terrific, generous offering for them. Brian, your final thoughts as we head on into the holiday season?
No, right now it is officially the holiday season here in Woodbridge with the arrival of Santa and Mrs. Claus. And I just want to, two people I have to thank in my office, Eileen Caggiano and Rosemary Mendy, for all the help that they do putting this together. And also here at El Ranchito, this is, I think, our 4th year doing it from here. They're gracious hosts, and you know, we thank them for giving us a home.
And so from me and from my family and from all of us here at Channel 35, we wish you all the most wonderful holiday season, safe and healthy and happy, and great prosperity in the new year. Thanks all for watching. For Brian Molnar, for Greg Ficarra, Craig Coughlin saying happy holidays, everybody.
Happy holidays, everyone. Enjoy.